All right, guys, welcome to another WTL Arena review. Today we're here with a Diamond Plus North America game. So on the blue team, we got Tiny Demon, LooseCannon, Use Plan B, Denman, WinterIceCream. Let's go check their OPGGs and make sure that let's go see what we got. So Denman is on champ as per usual on the Draven.
Yep, Draven one
Right.
trick.
Yeah, Tiny Demon's on Poppy, which is one of his most played champs, but definitely not like his one trick. He's a Mordekaiser player mostly. What do we got? LooseCannon. He doesn't have that many Vi games, but I've seen a lot of, like, whenever I see him play in jungle, he's always playing Vi, Trundle, or Viego, so doesn't have too much games in solo queue, but he has a couple lately.
Guys having a crack in the jungle role.
Yeah, he's definitely having a crack. All right.
Okay.
Use Plan B on the Orianna. No Orianna games in sight.
Yeah,
At least on this account. And then
might have been used
WinterIceCream.
as a counter pick maybe to Zoe or something.
Yeah, it does. It does deal with the matchup pretty alright. And then WinterIceCream just seems off roll, on the support. All right.
Okay.
Then for red team we have Arvan, who is a Xin Zhao top player, and his jungler has yanked his Xin Zhao. So he's flexed onto the Shyvana, which is a peculiar one. And then for the rest of the team, we have Zach, who's a mid laner, playing a bit of jungle. Not too many Xin Zhao games. We have Nyle, who is a Zoe player, mostly Aurora player, but also on the Zoe. So like 80 Zoe games, pretty good.
This guy used to be a Zoe OTP. This is
Zoe
his
OTP?
bread and butter. Yeah,
Okay.
This is bread and butter.
All right. Then AD is definitely a top laner, so definitely not on the new champ.
On the Yunara too.
Yeah, on the
new
Yunara.
champion
Into
Okay.
Draven Karma.
With Braum. Yeah, okay.
With Braum, it's looking a bit, and then unmei looks like mostly
Yeah.
what Janna Nautilus.
Yeah, Vish
for
doesn't
comp player.
play too much Braum. Yeah, he's playing a lot of Janna and Nort. And I'm not sure if this was a counter pick Braum into Draven Karma
Yeah,
or
I
a
don't
blind
know.
pick. Or...
It looks. I don't know. I think people tend to like lock the Braum into Draven because they're like, oh yeah, it's Draven. It's always going to be melee support. Then Draven just looks in like a Nico or a Janna or a Karma or something, and it's like, lane does not look like much fun.
Yeah. So from a jungler perspective, Pavu, what lanes are going to be grabbing your interest from the start?
I mean, like bot lane's like quite spicy. I mean, top is Resident Sleeper. Like this Poppy champion is like it creates very boring lane states where she just throws a buckler and Q on cooldown. And the Shyvana champion is not a real champion. It's just gonna be like scaling really hard. It's not gonna do anything except for throw E. So top side is like I don't know. It's a black hole, and bot side's kind of spicy. I think this Yunara Braum lane looks really terrible into Draven Karma. So I feel like there's gonna be like some giga trades down there, some blasting happening. So I think both junglers need to go down. It's pretty spicy as well when you have Ignite Zoe. I think that like conventionally Ori's been used as like a good champion into Zoe, but I think it's tricky early game. So there'll be some stuff mid, but the Zinza Zoe is way stronger.
Yeah, I think mentioning bot is definitely relevant here. I think it's just going to be down to the Draven and the Karma if they can snowball and use their tools as much as possible. I personally would have already appreciated some more creativity from Draven Karma. I think they could have maybe done a little bit more level 1, maybe snuck into the tribush or poked between towers. I think it's just the sky's the limit for creativity and for dominance. They have full agency here, and it's up to them if they can snowball and coordinate.
Yeah, I feel like I see the Karma players like taking this bush like a relatively large amount when they're have like the really favored matchup.
I'm working on a Karma guide at the moment, and basically everyone respects just standing in the bush and trying to poke on entrance, and people are always hugging the wall and keeping minions between yourselves, so then you can really take it to that next level.
Yeah, true. It's the next level of Yomi. You're one step ahead. All right.
What are you expecting with mid here, Tim? What should happen on paper?
Champion mastery. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Nyle is going to fucking annihilate Sully here. Nyle is going to completely shit on this guy, purely because of the fact that Sully doesn't have the Orianna mastery. Both players are about the same skill level. If this would be Sully on Katarina, which is his main, I'd say this is probably going to be a very interesting 1v1. But, maybe Sully will prove me wrong, We'll see. But Zoe's just a really deceptive champion to verse. It's just so fucking hard to play against that champion, as you can see.
Yeah, just the
what,
double.
What did Zoe just do?
She just
ran at him.
Just exhausted him and then ignited him, and he's running at Mach 10, hitting him with all these little circles. That was pretty brutal. Oh man.
It was.
Yeah.
I would like to pay a bit more attention to bot wave state, because this is where blue team has the most agency. And it's interesting because Draven typically likes to get the wave around neutral. He doesn't deal the best with holding freezes because he wants to maintain double spinning axes.
Yep.
And so I would like to see it. It's going to be more of a slow bleed playstyle where they just chip down every second or third wave, and then eventually they'll have the opportunity to crash a stacked wave, and maybe the enemies will be diveable.
Yeah, I mean, they crashed wave 3. I feel like hard pushing this feels like a mistake. I don't know. We'll let them out of jail for a bit.
We lost Crab. Crashing a stack
and
wave.
top Crab.
Okay, we should play this. I would play the spot dive though. If you're Vi, you should definitely pressure this so Zinza has to respond to it.
It's with the waves though, right? Like this hesitation is going to be pretty brutal. If you're crashing a stack wave, you just send it, and even when you have a Draven on your team, right, it just kind of warps the game state quite a lot, and so you want to be prepared to just trade 1 for 1 and be really decisive.
Yeah, I mean, also when you see Zinza take this crab and go to here, then you could just instantly sprint at their bot lane and punish them. This looks pretty good for blue though.
Oh yeah. I'm confused how Zin ended up here. I thought he was crossing to top crab, and then he must have pivoted to protect the dive.
Yeah, he felt the dive coming, so he moved back down. And then they thought Vi was here, but Vi queued into here, and then he walked down and he just got cooked. Lucky, you can still play this, no?
You have to. There's absolutely a guaranteed kill.
Oof, that was a rough karma queue.
Yeah. I feel like that one was a tough one to miss. Also, Zoe's reading this play and walking to it. It's still cooked.
It's just it's the hesitation that I'm not the biggest fan of, but they just working out so hard initially. It's going to work out, and then they're going to look to cut the play.
I mean, you get the Draven kill, you're kind of chilling. Oh, okay.
Oh, we didn't see that one.
That one went past my window. Hey, yo! Wait, what happened
here?
Hey, yo! No.
We're flashing there. Okay, and then it works out. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
It's the Vi passive.
Oh,
wait, LooseCannon is the GOAT. What was this? That was crazy.
Small side note, I just love what Oriana's doing here. Just ignoring and hard shoving.
No. I can't believe he lives this. That's
Can
crazy.
you repeat what you said, Cupcake?
Yeah, I was just appreciating what Oriana was doing, to be honest. I think a lot of people just kind of get sucked into the action and feel emotionally compelled to help out when you just don't have the first move and you end up doing nothing. And so Oriana just stuck to her guns, just shoved waves, and now she's up a plate and she's up an entire wave of XP. So
yeah,
good stuff.
We got the gang squad burning the flash cooldown from Oriana. Great attempt.
Yeah, I mean,
ooh,
I'd be so sad.
I really don't like ADCs roaming like this. You can potentially just lose too much. You can get cut off. You're going to lose golden XP. This is a support's job, not an ADC's job. What role is Yunara's main? It's definitely not ADC.
They're top laner, I believe.
Top laner, yeah.
Right. And then it works out. So I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. This is Zoe player, kind of 1v9, but his lane is starting to look a bit tough. He's losing a lot. Oh, does he get interrupted as well? Oh, damn.
Yeah, I like what Sully's been doing, man. He's just been hitting in the mid, not really getting pulled into the action. Oriana's, of course, a champ that wants to be ideally as early as possible towards the fights, and then letting the enemies run into her. It's easy for her to get her damage off. If she's late like this and she doesn't have the vision control, she can't really run in. So I really love what Sully's doing, just giving a CS high, denying Zoe the waves, and basically making up for the gold difference on mid in itself.
He took a really nice trade as well, dumping ult immediately to just like insta win the trade. The only reason why he lost push is because the fucking Avengers showed up in his lane to take his wave. So I think he's honestly playing pretty solid at the moment. I don't know what's going on top lane, by the way. There's like a top canyon currently.
Yeah, definitely worth investigating here. There's a huge lead.
Yeah, I don't know. I
feel like a couple plates.
Yeah, I feel like Shyvana doesn't do anything. Like it's not like the worst champion in the game, but it's extremely non-threatening. Like all it does is throw E and last hit minions. I feel like Poppy is so strong in lane. She should just space the Shyvana the entire game, clicking Q on her head, and it should be like pretty easy for Poppy's side. But Shyvana looks really, really juiced right now. We fight this? No, okay.
I love how they back off after they instantly see the karma. This is great, great map awareness here.
Yeah, suck the karma in and then just chill.
Yeah, so Braum, what's going on with Braum? Should Braum like do anything about this?
Yeah, it's tough because you are against a Draven lane and you're not going to have prio either. So it's a very tricky minigame to play. And if you leave it in awkward time and you're spotted, your ADC is going to be out of the game with a decisive dive from the Draven. So I'm down with what happened from Braum's perspective. They just got a good crash into base reset timer given that Karma showed. And we're just going to say that Draven didn't get to snowball as much in that window. Very risky to full send it away from the Draven lane.
I think what you can do is on the Shyvana TP timer, you can swap. Oh.
Fair enough.
All right. Yeah. I think that a lot of times you see in the really tough matchups that that you can just swap out on the TP timer of the top laner, because if both bot lanes like trade really low, even if you don't get push, you can just TP your top laner in, and suddenly the enemy bot lane can't crash anymore, and then they have to base, and then you can like kind of cheat the game a little bit in this way. All right. Let's start the Drake stack at 10 minutes. A bit late. Also, I feel like this Black Cleaver item has to be sus on Shyvana. Like 90% of the chance, not 90% of this champ's damage, but like a good like 40-50% of it into melee champs is magic damage. So I feel like it doesn't seem that useful.
This Arvan guy may be a Bows Enjoyer.
I see. All right.
Might very well be. Yeah, I'm just not sure what the out for Yunara Braum is. This lane is so doomed on paper that it's tricky to figure out, especially if blue team is coordinating and getting their jungler to play around this lane. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was a bit of a flub. Missed on the flash Q.
Oh, okay.
Great changes here. Orianna did a decent job here, though. I love how she played this. Oh,
yeah,
that was a nice block,
forwards.
though.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think on Vi, you should always be prepared for people to flash your Q, though, so you can always just like flash once they flash past.
Though I think we missed a really important point. Vi blocked the Zoe Q.
He really eats Zoe Q with this?
He eats Zoe Q with this.
Hold on.
He's on another level, actually.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, nice.
That's pretty nifty. All right.
Okay, and then something spicy happens down here.
So how many stacks does Draven have? He's got like 300 stacks or something like that, I don't know. 200.
Only 200. He did get a kill earlier.
Yeah, this is criminal,
we can tell
no?
It's a bit of both. We can tell that Karma's off roll here because we're missing so many RQs, which would absolutely never happen. And something else that people don't always intuitively understand with supports is like the time to do vision stuff is after waves. And right there, Karma was finding a deep ward as another wave was entering the lane. So like you shove a wave, you have a brief window, then you come back and you get control again. So I think Karma was a bit too far up there. Draven didn't play appropriately given that his Karma was a bit too far up, and solid punish from red team. Huge swing in the game.
Yeah. It really bailed him out of the lane. Any strikes to be given out? What's the vibe?
Absolutely. Karma, Draven.
Yeah. It's both.
Losing that stacks on Draven is crazy to me. What happened top here?
I mean, he just gets ganked post the grub. It's a bit illegal. Wait, not post grub. He's just we're just chilling in lane.
Vi's taking over, dude. He's doing quite well.
Yeah, he's made a couple high impact plays. Like he got the bot dive off. He killed mid. He killed top. I feel like the Drake stack probably should have started happening earlier because there really was like a real bot canyon going on. So I think off second clear it was like pretty free. Oh, it's another death for Dan, man. It's not looking good.
It's looking like Hansama's international performances.
Yeah. He's got 10 minutes in him, and then it's tough.
10 minutes, 2 deaths, 0 stacks.
Okay, we lost tower in isolation top. That's crazy. Especially on Poppy as well, who can just clear super freely. We break the mid tower because they're trading for bot. That's a good punish. I feel like LooseCannon.
Massive sequence for red side.
Yeah. Huge swing.
Top tower, bot tower.
So who's got the winning chances here? What are you guys thinking?
I'm not sure. I feel like this Yunara champ scales like absolute demon champ. Like if it gets out of lane, like with Brom as well, I don't know. Seems pretty solid. I think there's a real top lane moment though where we ran out bot. It looks like it's gonna work out, but like,
Holy shit!
Yeah. Or waiting for the Zoe passive. That was pretty neat. Almost lived that.
Holy shit! This is an absolute
like
end of review moment.
Yeah, we might have to have a quick look at the start of that again. Like 4 blue champions just die under tier 1, basically. What's going on here? We think Yunara's out of position. I feel like there's a big mis-execution there. Like we don't have the ball on the Vi. Surely we just press Vi R into Ori R.
Yeah, I feel like this was good to do. They get a bit caught off guard by the Brom TP as well, the spellbook TP on tower. That's one that I've been paying a lot of attention to lately in my games. Like, if you can track this and make sure that you're aware of this, then it's like, I feel like it's a big opportunity to throw when people TP in randomly. So it's a good cooldown to keep track of, but it will catch you off guard if you're not prepared for it. But yeah, I feel like this was a good play. It was just like misexecuted for the most part.
If this would happen in a solo queue review, I would end it on the spot right there.
Yeah, there's like no more game left. Like
no.
for Ori and Vi, it's done. But then like also Yunara's like so gassed now. She's like safely scaling. She has a fucking bounty. Oh man.
Right. Yeah, the saving grace for blue team is they do have the mid tower advantage, so they get mid shove, they get to control for objectives. Losing that second dragon, that's kind of their Dragon Soul win con gone, which is pretty brutal. This is going to be a big investment. 4 people is too much. Yeah. Red team's going to take a lot on the back end. Zoe's going to hard shove bot.
It's a lot of gold, but they'll have tempo here. They'll break mid tower. Maybe they break the second one as well. You don't even need to. Just taking one and tempo is good, but like, oh man.
It's so brutal. Now we no longer have that mid tower advantage. I'm not sure how we play the map anymore. I think that was too much.
Okay.
No way he's gonna drive this.
Okay. He did not. I feel like I'm a little let down by the Shyvana as well, because I feel like he has such a commanding position in lane. He solo takes a tower and then just chucks 2 deaths in a row and just has been like, for how well his matchup was going. Top seems like very, very free. Like Poppy was, taking good trades, setting up the gank, stacking his way for this dive. Like, I'm not impressed currently. I'm still waiting for some more.
He did almost 1v3 there though. Almost.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, Poppy was also tanking tower for 10 years for fun.
Okay, let's see what they're gonna do here. So the gold state's actually pretty even. Blue makes a nice little counterplay upon bot side here. Red is now cross mapping up into top.
Oh, this is pretty bad for blue though. If they can hit this, if they can break this tier 2.
Yeah, I was wondering if blue is going to play a little bit harder on bot tier 2 there and try to trade. Looks like they want to get it going.
It was a nice play. I think that the macro from Red was here pretty good.
Yeah, it was just really low tempo move from blue there. So it was a good punish on the tier 2. Oh, that was a nice Sinza ult on the Poppy flashy. That was pretty neat. Oh, I felt like they cooked though, no? There's no way out of here. I like the idea from unmei though, where they just turn at some point. They just pick a spot and try and start the fight because they're like, there's no way out for them. They have to fight their way out. Yeah. Oh. If they had a ward in that bush, maybe, but it's a lot of money back.
Slight overstay from Red.
Yeah, so you can not kill yourself for this tower. Like, it's really fine to just like take most of it and then okay, like we don't have to all die for this. They get bot tipped all.
I think it was a good punish as well from Orianna. I think she like flash shockwaved.
Yeah,
while they were still trying to commit to the tower.
On the Yunara with no flash, it was pretty clean. Whoa, I mean, bot tier 2 died as well. That's like, this map is so open now for blue. It's really tough.
Yeah, I'm not sure who. I'm not sure who to give
Team by
strikes
objective
here. It
damage.
feels like it's quite team-wide here. Things are
Yeah.
going well and poorly.
For sure. I feel like there's not like the only player that I'm not fond of right now is Mr. Shyvana. I feel like Arvan had such a strong early, and then like also just sitting under this tower and taking his full HP bar and then ulting backwards. Like you have no tier 1 here, of course you're gonna get chased down. So I feel like this was a bit brave. Is this not Zoe's heaven?
Yeah,
Where-
this is crazy. This Atacon start is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
From blue.
Alright, Brom is in. Okay, Poppy gets the objective. Alright, they're getting cooked though.
Yeah, completely.
Oh my god, Zinza's. Oi. Okay.
It's quite a close fight.
Let's look at the execution of the players. There's something that. How comes that it's so close?
Yeah, I feel like it looks really good for red currently.
Yeah.
The reason I think it goes poorly for red is they're not playing around the Zoe champion as well as they could. Like, you really want to play on Zoe's cooldowns, and they start to full send it when Zoe can't really provide as much. I think they should just allow Zoe to carry a little bit more here.
Yeah, I think they're not spacing with their carries, right? Shyvana and Brom are
Yeah.
so far forward compared to where their carries can hit. Their carries can hit up to like here, right? But they're in here. This makes no sense. They're taking purely free damage. And then I understand you want to play for the flip, but fuck the flip. Just kill them all if they're gonna try and take it. Like, who gets this is so irrelevant. If they get this and you get 5 kills, you do not care. And Yunara also, I think this is useless. Like, going on the Karma is completely useless for the fight. You need to go forwards and hit front here.
She has the space. The Braum and the Vi create the space for her.
Yeah.
The Braum and Shyvana.
Yeah, we also flash on the camera as well. This is super useless. And I think this guy's most of his team's damage when it is hitting front, so yeah.
Just a classic front to back would have gone a long way there, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, pretty impressive that Blue actually got the Atacon in an even fight. That's crazy in that position, actually.
Yeah, I feel like Zoe was doing numbers there, so. Okay. Shyvana's inventory looks so sad, no? What is going on here? Oh man.
And Poppy's doesn't look much better either.
Yeah, it's true. But there's a Fimbo Winter coming in like a little bit, you know? Like he's pretty close to this, and then he'll be Thanos.
Okay.
Draven's pretty strong now though. Like he picked up a couple kills. He is at his 3 items. He does do a lot of damage if he can hit, and there's not that much armor on enemy team, right? And he has LDR already. It's pretty spooky. He also skipped lifesteal item, right? So he has like full damage.
Yeah, maybe we can have a look for the next fight. Looks like a lot of posturing going on.
Baron setup is going to be pretty important. Beautiful sleep.
Yeah. It's really brutal to step up as like the core here, because if anyone gets bubbled, they die. So I feel like they really want Ori to come out with them and for them to step up as 4 so they can be like happy to send it if anyone steps up. You know, just like, all right, if they contest, just Vi ult the Zoe, Vi ult the Yunara, and like go. Because if they don't, they just get bubbled and die.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you make of this, Tim, but I see Zoe as a pretty game-warping champion, and you have to understand how to play with and against her. And if you let her just play on range and cooldown, you're going to be in a rough time. And if you pounce on the correct moment before she gets to do all of that, she's going to have a rough time.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with a really squishy roster, though. Like, when you have, like, a Karma, like a Vi, like, both of these, like, your 2, like, general, like, support champions, like, can't tank bubble, or else they just die in this game. So...
Yeah, I would say that if you look at compositions, right, I think that especially, I think both compositions have a lot of flaws.
Whoa. This was a bit brave from... I feel like you really want to blow the Zinza ult and the Braum shield before you like send it, I think. If you're gonna die in the Zinza ult and Braum shield duration, then the fight is just cooked. You kind of want to like get these cooldowns and not die, and then still have something to refight with afterwards. But it's tricky because enemy team has Zoe, right? So you feel pressured to go.
Yeah. It seems so tough for Draven to find free hits unless the enemy frontline is just massively overstepping.
He's kind of cooking, though.
He is.
Oh, the cleanse is a little
Not
slow.
bad.
Okay, wait. It's a
This
loose
fight is
cannon
so
cleanup.
close, man.
It's a loose cannon
What the fuck?
cleanup. It's always loose cannon. He is inevitable.
That's wild.
Holy shit! I. How did this?
I'm
like,
shocked that red team are losing these fights. By
Yeah.
the way,
How is this even close? Like, even winnable? 'Cause it looks so cooked for blue here.
it's
What
a
is-
split up, right? Like it's
Yeah.
not front to back again. Like the carries are just
That's
taking
true.
so much free damage, and red team's front
Yeah.
line are too far ahead. They're too split. They don't fully appreciate their job.
Yeah, I think that's a really important thing to highlight, and this is something that we really see in this game. I think both red and blue team are kind of struggling with internalizing what does our team comp do instead of what does my champion do.
Mhm.
Because if you look at the red side team comp, right, there's very little hard engage. Basically, there's no hard engage.
Yeah.
There's then also zero follow-up. If Brown or Shyvana jumps in, there's not going to be anyone that can really follow up consistently because the amount of multi-threat is so incredibly low. Very similar on blue side, we have the Vi that kind of can go in. We have the Poppy that can go in, but the Karma is then kind of chilling in the back. So we don't have a comp that's fully in sync. Yes, they've got a nice lane matchup on bot, but if you can't leverage a massive lead out of that, and you have this comp that is a little bit split, the fights are going to be really tricky to play out. And we see that these fights are very tricky here.
All right, Zoe doing good work again. Poppy also a bit early. Drake's still at 5k. Oh, we can burn it.
Honestly, I quite like what blue team are doing at these objectives. They're playing the objectives quite fast, so Zoe doesn't get many rotations of her poke.
Yeah, the objective, needs to die fast for sure.
Oof, these Zoe bubbles, man.
Draven is so scary though. He has 4 items. Oh, he landed another. Dude, okay. Alright. That's what you like to see. Okay. Shyvana's in.
Yeah, again, I'm worried about how fast red front line is playing. Seems okay. Zoe caught away from her front line again.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I
Hmm.
think most of these fights are coming down to the front line and the back line not playing together and not moving together. I think that, like, backliners need to respect what their front line is doing, and frontliners need to respect what their backline is doing, right? Like, you can't be taking free damage when your backline can't step up, isn't in range, and we can't be stepping up when the homies aren't in front of you to give you the space.
Yeah, what I would like to see is a bit of adaptation and being a problem solver. Like, League is a hard game, right? And
Yeah.
approaching a team fight perfectly is going to be so hard. But if you're a part of many team fights and they all have a similar result, like, someone has to figure out what should be going differently and really adapt and problem solve. And that's a very important skill to have.
I feel like a lot of the time it should be on the AD to, like, bark about this. Like, if these fights are not playable for you...
You sure?
I
Sure
mean,
about the AD carries?
like, I think if you're not I mean, you still have to play it well, right? But, like, if the conditions aren't good for you, if you can't hit, then I don't know. I feel like it's tricky, and I feel like this Yunara champ is a little behind, but he also this champ mega scales. I feel so if he gets the opportunity to hit, it should be okay. I don't know. Maybe it's Zoe's responsibility though, because Zoe is like kind of the breaker pick in this game. The thing that, like, changes the game.
She really needs fights around her pace.
Yeah, I feel like it's not. I mean, you can say.
I'm gonna do a bit of role supremacy here. Okay, so I want to point out that from the AD carry players, from what I've seen, not only in solo queue but in general, the mid lane players have a slightly better understanding of what the game is actually revolving around comparatively towards the AD carry players. And I understand that because mid lane is a cooler role, it's a better role, and therefore...
Fair enough.
And therefore, that's crazy.
Therefore, we're also going to put a little bit more responsibilities on the mid laners right here. So with their vast game knowledge, we talk about this in all the fights, right? Talk about what is your role in this fight? What is your win conditions? So I'm going to put some responsibilities on these mid laners here.
I think it's also game dependent of the champion that you're playing, right? Like Zoe in this particular game, incredibly important to get her fights that she wants. On blue team, we have a fair Draven. I think he should be very vocal about what he wants as well, and just kind of like understanding your strong members, right? Like, I think the strongest members that win conditions should have the loudest voice a lot of the time.
Yeah, I also think you don't always have to warp the entire game around the champion. I think Zoe's pretty game warping, but also just like play the fight around her cooldowns, right? It's like when she has E and Q, you walk forwards. When her E and Q are down, you walk backwards as a 5-man, not just as Zoe. Like, I think that's like something that's like missed in a lot of scenarios where not everyone kind of knows what the rest of the champions on their team are doing when they're strong, when they're weak, when they want to walk forwards, when they want to walk backwards. It's like it's a big team fighting concept that I see a lot of students within the academy need to improve. That's a tough flash loss.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it was fine there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Another bubble.
A lot of posturing, a lot of execution in fights.
Blue team has gotten a decent chunk tankier though. Yeah, Brom is taking a bit fast, hey.
I think we've got a good sense of how this game is flowing. Should we let's skip ahead and see the game-changing fight, and then maybe we can summarize.
I thought something would happen, but everyone was chilling.
They're always on the same screen, but not too much is always happening.
Okay.
Yeah, red side needs to find a way to get control. Look, we need to be better at contesting mid lane waves. These mid lane waves, they're very brutal to contest. We're constantly trying to retake through the jungle. I see Brown and Xin Zhao. I see them trying to retake through jungle. We need to put pride on this mid lane wave. That's what we need to contest.
I feel like it is tricky though, for sure. But you can't win it. Okay.
Oof.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the right idea. The execution's going to matter though. Welcome to League of Legends.
Oh, wait. Denman? Oh, it was close.
Holy moly.
Okay, wait. Is
that was explosive.
that was pretty crazy. I think it's LooseCannon versus the world once again.
Holy moly, Xin Zhao keeps alive for a long time.
Yeah,
yes.
but the Vi's going to kill all these champs.
Can Vi even take damage?
When you get to auto attack like this on cooldown and just proc your W over and over again, lowering your... Oh, wait.
Juke the Q.
We dodged these.
Oh!
He's a beast!
Crazy. He's living rent-free in his head.
I told you. He has it.
MVP.
Yeah.
5 gold stars right there.
No.
That's
holy shit.
It's easy. But yeah, Vi, in these, like, when you run out of damage and Vi's allowed to proc her W passive over and over again, you get your shield back really, really quick. Because this procs whenever you hit a spell, and your W counts as a spell, it gives you shield passive back. So you just pump these out, and it's really hard for you to die. Oh.
I love this.
Enjoying
this is
watching
so good.
these fights now, to be honest.
This was my god. Vi is smurfing so fucking hard, by the way.
Yeah. No, he
needs to consider role changing.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I catch him around the academy pretty frequently these days. So.
Oh no, we're going a bit deep.
That was a bit fast, yeah.
You got a bit too excited there.
Yeah, no, he was smurfing too hard. It happens.
Yeah, so that's a big problem because Baron was super free. So
yeah.
I see this a lot in coaching sessions as well, where people they do something really cool and they just get lost in the sauce and just forget about what's happening on the map.
Yeah, you can just take the win, and then like even if Baron isn't Giga free, you can at least just hit it, and then enemy team has to walk into you, and then they can all die. Like it's at least a very good fight for you. Oh my god, that guy got Dravened. Right.
I have no idea who's going to win this game still.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, that was pretty
that
big
might
shockwave.
Influence who wins this game. Poor Zoe's trying to play on her range and cooldowns.
Team's just getting one shot.
Yeah.
You never lost GA as well. That's tough.
Okay.
All right. This doesn't end, I don't think. Zoe kind of smurfed that. Another one.
I think Zoe's playing on her identity extremely well. It's a 5-man job.
Wait, they're going to die here.
They're going for a T1 finish. Just kill a few people and kill the Nexus.
Okay, wait. Zoe died. Surely not, right?
This doesn't end.
Do they get TP'd out? They don't have any wards.
Dan Man's right clicking.
He's always right clicking.
Okay.
He's kind of
so
clean with it.
what this game kind of revolved around, right? It's all about just the fights and the setup of the fights. There was a lot of positions in which that the one that's first is going to win. Why? Because both teams don't have the best hard engage and best follow-up, especially red side. So red side first, they're in a great spot. It's really hard for Vi to get in. If blue side's first, it's impossible for red side to play. We spotted in a lot of these fights. So fighting setup, as we see right here, is key. Beautiful bubble.
Please protect my Zoe.
Ooh, that's a bit deep.
Just stopwatch. Was it Shockwave? Okay.
She
we did not
ults the shockwave. Nyle is cracked. I don't know, maybe I'm getting lost in the sauce, but all of this looks pretty winnable for both teams. It's just execution.
It is for sure. Just execution gap.
Yeah, I would argue that Vi went a little bit on the deep side there.
Yeah, I think so. Something that you can't do with Vi in the mid to late game is you can't just naked Q. So you have to so here, you Q flash the Zoe every time, literally every time. You always have to make sure that your shit hits, because if it doesn't hit, the game is cringed. So you have to just be super ready to just click all your buttons to make sure that your engage is all right. Because if you Q flash the Zoe there, ults her, and then anything else comes down over the top, Zoe might just be one shot. So I think that's it's a big issue with Vi, is that you really later on in the game, it's so punishing if people just don't instantly die once you use your spells, right?
They hit back so hard.
Crazy game. Yeah, do you boys want to summarize?
Does game end here? I don't know. LooseCannon's alive. Oh, he's not alive.
And Nexus explodes, yeah.
Oh no.
I think this was a great game. This was such a fun game.
It was fun.
All right, there's a lot of gaming.
I don't even feel like a coach. I feel like a consumer. I was just enjoying watching all of these fights, to be honest.
All right. Well, we have to give up MVP.
Yeah, I think to summarize that, this game boiled down to understanding of composition, fight execution, and also fighting setup. I think that both teams have a lot to learn in fighting setup. And especially red side should have contested a lot more through mid on specific waves that they wanted to contest. They had the Shyvana move in the side that they could have utilized on specific wave states to generate waves of priority and therefore vision control.
Yeah.
Not easy to do. Not easy to do.
I think for me, as a student of the game, I'm actually going to put it on Zoe, because you have to understand what your champ needs, especially if, Tim said that this is an ex-Zoe one trick or whatever, a lot of champion mastery. You can't expect others to just know and understand. And we had 10, 15 different team fights here where at any stage someone can realize this. And in my opinion, it needs to come from the Zoe. It needs to come from the person with that identity, with that agency. I think we were playing individually on Zoe's identity very well, but you need to have a voice.
Yeah, you need to move the homies, because I think the Shyvana player and the Ron player especially were going way too fast. Way too fast. So I'd say they're definitely the co-students, and I think that Zoe definitely need to take the reins and rein them in, get them to do what you need. For sure. I think my vote goes to LooseCannon for MVP, even though he tossed the game at the end. I think that there are a bunch of really good fights in a row, bunch of really good moments, some good macro sequences. I think the last one is just a toughie. I think the idea is solid. Zoe is out of position there, I think, but yeah, just ends up being the game losing play, unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of execution, a lot of fun to watch. I would have considered giving student to Karma, but if we're off roll, then they gave it a crack.
I mean, they played their lane out really well for the most part. Some mid, some awkward timers. But in terms of smashing the matchup, it was pretty solid.
I think Draven, I think Damon probably 2v1 mostly. I think we're missing a lot of RQs. I think we didn't fully understand.
This was true. There was some brutal RQs in this game. Yeah.
No, we gave it a crack.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up there.